Welcome to episode 223 of the official Gamestitch Podcast. I'm Ryan Walton. As always, I'm joined by Dan Reamer.
Greetings and salutations.
And Matt Belden.
Thank you for having me.
Well, clean intro up till that cough happened.
Yep. We did pretty well till Matt did a heel turn and fucked it all up.
I feel like you two just love to mess the intros up for me.
I thought I fucked this one up this week, honestly. I was still talking. I forgot all about it.
We're afraid your head's going to get too big, Ryan. We don't want you to think that you're good at anything.
It was clear. All we had to do was just take a breath, go right into the show, and then there was an unnecessary, what sounded like a forced cough.
No, I was clearing my throat. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm feeling a little bit better because I've been down for about 2 weeks now. And feeling a little bit better, but my throat's still scratchy. I'm phlegmy.
Yeah, feeling good enough to ruin the podcast already.
Yeah, well,
everybody's got a purpose. Everybody needs a purpose. Matt's found his. Don't get on him for that.
Yeah, I'm here to keep it from being too smooth, dude.
I'm not allowing it. I want a good, solid, smooth.
You want to start over
episode.
here? Okay. Everybody clear the throat. Matt, Ryan. Okay, Ryan, go again.
Mm-mm. Nope. I'm not going to force it.
You had a chance.
Live with it.
Okay, don't be. Now you're just being a bitch.
Live with it.
It's got to be organic.
Now you're just being a bitch.
It's got to be organic. I shouldn't have to do it 100 times.
That is not how professionals work. Did you not see that crazy Bill Riley interview? Where he's like, "Fuck it, we'll do it live." Did you not see that one?
How'd that work out?
They did it live.
Well, they did it live. That was an Inside Edition like 25 years ago. He's been a newscaster for 25 years since then.
Right.
Apparently worked out pretty well. Got fired and made $13 million, so fuck that guy.
Goddamn, I wish I could get fired and make millions of dollars.
You can do half of it tomorrow.
Fired? Yeah. I'm probably already fired.
Halfway there.
I'm probably going in tomorrow morning to a pink slip.
Drive to work today. Drive to work today. Grab a brick, write your name on the outside of it, toss it through the window. Bam, fired.
Mm-hmm.
Done. Then get unemployment.
Mm-hmm.
Save that up till you have a couple million.
Mm-hmm.
Done.
I don't think it works like that.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah. You've missed quite a few steps in there, Ryan.
No, you just keep filing. You tell them you're looking for jobs but can't find anything.
You still only have so long, and it's not going to get you to $1 million.
Yeah, they only pay you so much money, like in total.
Maybe if you're talking to the wrong people.
All right.
Oh, I didn't realize you were the unemployment specialist.
Ask for Benny.
Dude, you do it first, and I'll follow suit.
I can't.
Okay, there we go.
I like to eat dinner. And I'm pretty sure that's the first thing you lose when you don't have any money.
Right.
Food.
I like to eat.
Probably.
Ryan's like, I like to eat dinner. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And breakfast. Yeah. And lunch. And breakfast
Not
number
big on
2.
Breakfast.
Lunch number 2. Dinner number 2. A few snacks. Maybe some ice cream. Mozzarella sticks.
Ice cream.
Shit.
I do like mozzarella sticks. Don't like ice cream, though. Especially don't like them together.
Gelato? Are you a gelato guy?
No, I don't like any creamy cold treats.
Huh, really?
I mean, I can eat ice cream, but I could care less. Like, if I never had it again, I wouldn't care.
Oh, I love ice cream.
Yeah, I could care less.
You couldn't
because I still eat it.
You could or you couldn't? Like, is there more? Do you have more care to give, or?
Yeah, because see, I eat it. I don't hate it.
Okay,
I don't despise it.
So it's possible you could find the primo Ryan Walton special ice cream, in which case you could care less, or you couldn't care less.
That's why I've never ruled it out, because I don't hate it when I'm having it, but I never want to have it.
Gotcha.
Right. Let me tell you, I didn't crave ice cream until I found Mayfield White House Cherry. That's it, dude. That cherry vanilla ice cream's it.
I bet that's not mine, but I would try it, though.
Yeah.
I like peanut butter and chocolate in mine. Now, let me tell you what I used to do when I was a kid. My mom would only buy, because we were kind of poor. But my mom, a treat would be vanilla ice cream. Well, I would, and my sister would do it too. My sister still does it. I don't do it anymore. I just buy my ice cream with the peanut butter in it. But we would put it on top and microwave it for like 15 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Dude, poor or not, there's nothing wrong with that. That's the way you eat ice cream.
But that was like our special ice cream, you know? We didn't get like Rocky Road or Panda Paws, whatever the fuck it is.
Panda Paws.
Moose Paws, Moose Tracks, whatever.
Moose Tracks.
Panda Paws is another version from a ice cream maker up here, but so she could only buy like the generic vanilla. We would just do that with that peanut butter, put it on top, and just 15 seconds, and then mix it around a little bit. Oh man, heaven!
See, we were also poor, so the only two types of of ice cream that were allowed in the house were vanilla bean, generic or not, and the Neapolitan, the 3 flavors.
Yes, because it was like a treat too, because it was 3 in 1.
Right, we get 5 gallons for 80 cents of that too. But the trick at our house was you take the vanilla and like if there were Oreos or if there were like Chips Ahoy, you crumble that shit up on top of it, or you just get fucking wild and put like Captain Crunch or like Fruity Pebbles or like drizzle honey on it. Like we did some crazy shit with our ice cream when I was a kid.
And here's the thing about Neapolitan. Now I understand the 3-in-1 concept. But Matt, let me know if you agree with me. Ryan, you don't know ice cream, so you probably can't agree with me. Or
I hate Neapolitan too. It's my least favorite.
But here's the thing: Neapolitan has the worst chocolate ice cream rectangle in it that I have ever tasted. It is
it's the worst.
It is like the leftovers of the good chocolate ice cream that they just stick in there or something. I don't know what it is, but it's almost got like a smoky flavor to it. How do you smoke ice cream?
Yeah, it's really bad. It's like they take the leftover powder out of the bottom of like a Nesquik and just mix it with vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, but there is a Neapolitan. I don't think it's called Neapolitan, but the one that's not strawberry vanilla chocolate, but the one that's like pistachio cherry chocolate. That one's really good.
I've never had that one.
Yeah, the pistachio is really good.
I'll have to give it a look-see.
Pistachio ice cream's fan-fucking-tastic.
A look-see. Ryan,
are we done with this?
I don't know.
I have a question. Do we want to do video game stuff now? I'm sure you're over there pulling out what little hair you have left.
I mean, we don't.
Believe me, if there was a video game about ice cream, it's all we talk about.
Ooh, Ice Cream Masters.
That's not what it'd be called. It's not catchy enough.
Yes. It'd be like Burger Time, only you're making an ice cream sundae.
Yeah, but it'd be called like Scoops.
Yeah, Scoops with a Z.
Yeah, Scoops with a Z.
Not with a Z. No, it is not 1992. Okay.
And the O's have like
they're ice creams.
Yeah, like a dollop ice cream.
No,
yeah, they're like ice creams on top of like on two.
Sorry, I'm not on board with that.
Or maybe the P is a cone with a scoop on it.
Oh yeah.
I'm
maybe
not
the
on board
O's
with this
are
at all.
like a sundae. And the P is a cone. And
No, you don't want to do
like
too much. It's all fucking widgets.
Yeah, it's all just fucking ice cream. You can't read it.
No,
Yeah.
it could be... Okay, Scoops would be something different, though. Ice Cream Master.
Scoops is that game you described.
No, Scoops is going to be more like... what's the root beer game? The root beer bartender game.
Root beer tapper?
Yeah, where you're just sliding them on down the bar.
The ice cream doesn't slide, though.
Scoops is a VR-only game.
It's
you use the motion controller. You try to get the most perfect
Is
scoop.
that your dip? Is that how you scoop it out?
It's Baskin Robbins Employee Simulator.
A Cold Stone
it's a soft
simulator?
serve simulator.
That's just what I want to play.
A soft serve simulator.
You just like try to get the perfect swirl.
Yeah, swirls.
You gotta get the little nip at the end of it.
I would play if Scoops is like root beer tapper. I would play it.
Root beer tapper.
I don't want updated graphics. Root beer tapper was fun. Scoops could also be fun. They pull at those heartstrings. Plus, most people enjoy a nice bowl of ice cream or a cone of ice cream.
And as you've proven, even people who don't still won't say no.
Right.
Right.
Well, I just don't feel like it's right to. Like, I'm almost bothered by how much other people enjoy ice cream, and I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people, like you said, they celebrate the fact that some ice cream's happening.
Right.
Like it's their weekly treat.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather used to eat a bowl every night.
So did my grandfather, with an oatmeal raisin Little Debbie.
A spoonful
Not
a
an
month
oatmeal
is
raisin.
too much.
The oatmeal cream pie. What
Oh,
the fuck is that
I
thing
could get
called?
behind that.
Yeah, oatmeal cream pie.
Yeah, he would eat one of those. Not oatmeal though. It's not oatmeal. It's just the raisin thing.
Oh,
Like,
that's
raisin cream pie thing.
yeah.
Oh, no.
No oatmeal.
It's not
It's
the
like
oatmeal
it's
one.
like cake. It's like a cake pocket with that fucking like heart attack cream inside of it with a couple raisins. I used to pick the raisins off and just eat the cream cake.
Right.
No.
But he ate that with a bowl of ice cream every night when he watched the news.
Nature's candy. The raisin.
Fucking gross.
every night. He didn't eat them like he would eat one, then eat the other. And he did that for like years. Probably 20, 30 years every night.
Oatmeal cream pie. You ever have the double stuffed ones?
Yeah, it's too much.
No.
What is it with you guys and double stuffed stuff?
Who said anything else about double stuff?
Yeah.
You guys like double stuffed Oreos and double stuffed this, double stuffed that?
I like the double stuffed quesadilla.
Hell yeah.
The double dia?
The double D. I don't like that name, but I like the double the contents. See, that's where my eating gets carried away. It's not with the bullshit. It's not the oatmeal cream pies. It's the meat and potatoes of the whole thing.
See, I have where I work. There's like 3 places I can go to eat: Taco Bell, McDonald's, and a pizza place. So I usually double D about twice a week.
Yeah, I think the choice is clear on what you do with those surroundings. You have pizza once, you have Taco Bell at least twice, and you have McDonald's like once a week or once every 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's usually like a lot of times what I'll do is I'll go to the pizza place because they have just slices. You can get a slice for like $3. Pizza up here is different than pizza down where you guys are at. Just so you know.
Yeah, I understand how it works.
It's much better.
I've seen it in the movies, Dan.
It's much better.
It is very good up there.
That's not my style of pizza.
The movies don't lie.
It's not my style of pizza, though. I like a thin crust.
What do you mean? You can get a thin crust.
It is.
It is thin crust. It's not Chicago
style. Yeah, it is
style.
thin crust, dude.
I like a thin crust. Everything.
It's a thin crust. It's just like this big.
It's like
huge.
floppy,
it's
though.
Like
it's
thin
huge.
all the way back. Like the crust is the same as the edge, but like it's there, but it's still like the same.
Floppy.
You gotta fold it.
It's flaccid.
So it makes this little thing, and then the little and just that little tip on the end just hangs out, and that's where your first bite comes in.
It's
not like a cracker crust. It's like a thin. It's like
I like
a thin
a cracker
loose
crust.
dough.
Though. I like it to when I fold it in half. I like it to snap.
That's fucking disgusting. Why don't you just eat a box of saltines?
I like it. If I could make pizza on saltines, I would.
No wonder you think Wendy's is gourmet food. Jesus fucking Christ!
There's a place here that you would like. It's called Crust, and they make cracker style crust. It's like
that sounds good.
Like the weight of the topping snaps it, and like that's their thing.
Yeah, which is just a giant Ritz, by the way.
Yeah, it's not that good. Even.
And Wendy's is the best fast food.
Wendy's is the best fast food
for burgers. Yeah, 100%.
For chicken sandwich even.
In and out.
I don't like chicken sandwich at restaurants very much.
Chicken? No, I don't either. I don't like chicken, and I don't like fish at fast food places.
I'll eat like chicken tenders, but chicken sandwich I'd rather have at home. I'll just toss a breast on the grill and do it that way at the house. But like as far as burgers go, Wendy's dominates that space. Don't even compare. It's embarrassing to set a Big Mac next to like a Baconator. It's not even.
No, we're
fair.
talking fast food, not like Five Guys.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, Five Guys is pretty fast foody, but
but Five Guys is about double the price, but definitely a better burger.
100% double the price.
Yeah,
like $12 for a fucking burger.
$5 for a hamburger spectrum. Wendy's for sure has it.
Oh, I don't. I will say this. I think Wendy's has a larger burger. For the price you pay, you get a good size burger. I personally think Burger King tastes better.
Burger King might be my least favorite burger.
Really?
Burger King used to be my favorite.
I hate Burger King in general. I haven't eaten at Burger King since the last time they had something gimmicky come out, like those Cheeto macaroni bites or whatever is the last time I've been there.
Yeah, in my mind, Burger King has a good burger, but every time I go, there's just too much shit on the burger.
It depends on which one you get. Like, if you just get, like, the bacon cheeseburger, delicious. Their rodeo cheeseburger is good.
Just like a Whopper, though, right? Like, their staple should
be
you
have to get the flagship,
Yeah,
I do not.
Staple.
I've never had a Whopper in my life.
Business.
The cornerstone.
Because I don't like all that bullshit on my burger.
You get a Whopper, you get a Big Mac, and then you get at Wendy's, you get the whatchamacallit, the
double, Dave's Double.
Dave's Double, yeah.
Dave's Double, the number 2.
Those are the staples. Now I only get the Big Mac. I also don't get the Whopper.
Quarter pounder with cheese, Whopper, Dave's Double.
Big Mac is their flagship. That's where it's at.
Yeah,
it's number
the Big
1.
Mac's got like salad dressing on it.
See, I
like a Big Mac.
I don't like a bunch of stuff on my burger. I don't want my heart attack ruined with healthy food. So I refuse to have vegetables on it.
I'll do the shredded lettuce just so it can soak up the salad dressing.
Not me. Nope.
That's what I like about the Quarter Pounder is it's just meat and cheese and pickles and onions.
The Baconator is the perfect burger for me because it's just meat, bacon, and cheese. There's nothing else.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't fuck around there. They let the grease slide that thing down your throat.
Yeah.
And that's the way God intended when he created burgers. That they wouldn't have condiments on them.
I made some good burgers last week.
I think it has ketchup and mayonnaise on it, maybe.
Ketchup and mayo, I think it has on it.
Ketchup mayo at Wendy's.
Yeah.
Ketchup mayo and then onions on like 50%. You have to ask them to put onions on most things.
Baconator. McDonald's used to have this grilled onion single. Grilled onion Swiss.
Yeah.
It was fantastic, and they were like 49 cents for one of them.
Yeah.
They were great. I would eat those all the time. I understand that nothing about those is real. Like, it's not Swiss cheese. It's not real onions. It's not... Yeah. The burger's not meat. But, man, they were good. But they did away with them. They weren't a popular item.
Neither was their pizza.
And their McPizza?
Oh, that fucking pizza.
What was it called?
I got so excited.
Is it McPizza?
McPizza.
It was McPizza. Remember the McBLT? Were you guys around for that?
Yeah, I remember the McBLT.
Fucking horrible.
I remember McPizza because I remember my mom made a big deal about us getting it for dinner one night, and it tasted like shit.
I remember Mac Tonight, too.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, Mac Tonight.
Mac Tonight.
Jay Leno of fast food mascots.
I still have all the Mac Tonight toys that I got, where he's like on a jet ski and in a fucking Jeep.
Red car that he drives.
Yeah, he's in that fucking red sports car. Mac Tonight.
If you're unfamiliar, Mac Tonight is a man with a moon for a head.
With a moon head.
Yeah, he is. Moonhead.
like a
suit.
3/16 moon.
Yeah. He's easily the best spokesperson for a burger joint ever.
Yeah, those sunglasses.
He wore a suit.
Yeah, suit, sunglasses,
or like a tuxedo. Not even a suit. It was like a tuxedo.
It was a tux, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think
he was after. Like they were trying to spice it up from Hamburglar and Ronald McDonald and all that shit. They were trying to change the game.
Well, I think it was right after the Noid.
Yo Noid.
The Noid was Domino's.
Domino's Pizza at the time.
Domino's Pizza at the time. They had the Noid, and I think they were trying to capitalize off that, so they changed up, Hamburglar and Grimace. Grimace I never fucking understood, but I love Grimace. I don't know what he is. I don't know what he's got to do with hamburgers. I don't know what he's got to do with Ronald McDonald the Clown. I am fucking clueless on what the fuck Grimace is.
Grimace is easily
what he represents.
The most creative character ever.
Grimace is the embodiment of how you feel after you've eaten McDonald's.
It's the cells that they're splitting to genetically modify the perfect burger.
Right. It's what your stomach looks like after you've eaten a Big Mac.
It's just perfect because someone somewhere sat down at a table and said, here's Hamburglar, and they're like, love it. They're like, Mac Tonight, and they're like, bingo. And he's like, here's a purple thing that we call...
looks like an eggplant.
Grimace. Sort of like a jujube with legs.
Right.
And they're like, we love it. Let's go with that.
And then they name him Grimace. What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Because that's what your face does when you're eating
McDonald's. When you're eating McDonald's? Oh!
And then Western Kentucky University made him red and called him their mascot. Right. Looking just like a red Grimace. If they had babies, those would be nice.
Maybe it's his twin brother. Or twin. It has to be twin.
Grimace and Hilltopper.
Yeah, Grimace and Hilltopper. For life.
Brothers separated at birth.
Because I think Grimace is probably asexual.
Right.
If I had to guess.
What do you think sired of a Grimace?
Well, he doesn't wear clothes, and he's got no junk, so...
His junk's just tucked up in there. You have to reach in there and get it out.
No, there's no sign of that. There's no indication that that's a correct statement.
He's furry.
I'm sorry, there's no indication that's a correct statement. It's short hair, though. He's like a short hair. He's not no long haired.
It's like a pouch, so you can't
beast.
see.
He's short hair. You would see his junk. He didn't even have to wear pants. He's loud on kids' television. What the fuck?
Maybe he's just so fat that it's like he's got the belly over kind of.
It's not though. You can see where his legs connect. So he's not that fat.
I gotta get a look at Grimace.
I don't remember spending that much time looking for his dick.
The way he is, you would just see it. When it's not there, you realize there's no junk.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he's got a little bit of overlap, but really it's not much. If he leaned back a little bit, you'd see it. You'd see it dangle.
Yeah, it's not enough
if
to
it
hide your
dangled.
junk.
I just remember...
made the mistake of searching Grimace on Google and have immediately found the Grimace like fanfics.
Oh man, is there some erotic fiction for Grimace?
Is that erotica
yeah, there
fiction?
is, dude. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
erotica.
weird. We already determined he doesn't have junk, so how does that work?
They probably just sew a Grimace suit and cut a hole out.
That's
Furries.
cosplay. That's not fanfic.
Furries, man, they're into that.
Yeah, that's furries, but that's still not fanfic.
Yeah, it is. That's what you talk about doing. You can't bang the real Grimace.
I don't think you understand what fanfic is.
You can't bang
I'm
the
saying
real
you guys
one.
the best Grimace image I've ever seen.
I don't want to see it.
Is it gritty
Is it
Grimace?
gross?
No. It's just cool. It just looks cool. It's just a Japanese guy.
I wanted a gritty Grimace.
Let me get
Yeah,
you
that's
some
how
of
it works
this.
right there. Only you cut a hole at the bottom.
Let me get you one of these. Check out the fanfic erotica.
Stop sending me pictures.
Oh no,
Oh god.
Grimace got a couple cheeks on him.
Yeah, he does.
Looks
Big
like
shiny cheeks.
Looks like a power bottom too from that image. If I had to guess. You seen it yet,
Almost
Dan?
knock you off the bed
Oh my
like that.
god.
Yeah, it's definitely a power bottom.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at Grimace.
I don't even know about... He might not even be a power bottom. He might just...
It's a full blown
He
bottom.
might just be bottom.
Bottom only. Mac Tonight though was good. I wanted to go and get the toys. Like that was a good character.
Yes, it was.
He made up for Grimace's shortcoming with his moon head. I don't understand. He still doesn't make any fucking sense.
Wasn't there a girl too? There was Hamburger, Grimace.
He had a lady moon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna search Mac Tonight love interest.
Okay, this is gonna be
Good luck
awesome.
with that.
Dude, I hit Mac T and it was immediately like Mac Tonight.
No, it
Mac
didn't.
Tonight looks like
Make
a
it
fucking...
Mac Tonight. That's what it was.
Make it Mac Tonight.
He looks like a goddamn serial killer now.
Didn't he
Because
have?
it's like a human's face on a moon.
Didn't he have like a Barry White voice? Like it was real deep and soothing.
It was a Mac Tonight.
Hey there, ladies, making
compilation.
Mac Tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Don't search for Mac Tonight Lover. That doesn't give it to you.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. You want that nice juicy quarter pounder?
Is that how he did?
I don't know.
I think he had a deep voice like that. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Here's a picture of him like playing a piano at like a real looking joint.
Oh yeah, where it's that one where he's like out on the city.
No, he's like in a building somewhere.
Let me send you the one that I found because he's atop a Big Mac on a city skyline.
Man, it's really bothering me that I can't find
Mrs. Mac Tonight?
Mrs. Mac Tonight.
Look at this goddamn serial killer.
Lady Mac Tonight.
Lady Mac.
Yeah, Lady Mac Tonight. Mac Tonight was also featured on the cover of Saint Pepsi's album Late Night Delight.
Yeah, St. Pepsi's really good if you guys are into vaporwave.
Not sure I can even tell you what that is, so...
Vaporwave?
Yeah.
Yeah, I also don't know what
it's-
that is.
Vaporwave is a musical style where you take like a really famous one is like you take the Windows startup sound and you slow it down by like 30 BPMs and then you create like a electronic drum beat behind it and then you just loop it. Yep. There's the toys. That red card in the top left, I've still got that.
I have all of those. I have the complete set.
Yeah.
I still can't
Matt,
find.
I'm starting to feel like you don't really know what vaporwave is either, because that explanation was horrible.
Yeah, vaporwave is where you take like
Windows startup
piece-
music.
like maybe take a piece of pop music and you just take like a little 2-second snippet and you slow the BPMs down on it so it lasts, like 30 seconds and you just loop it.
Now, keep talking about this music that no one listens to.
All right.
I want you to look at these though. Now, Dan, you might be too old for these. But Matt, do you remember the ones that transformed? They were the food.
I sure do.
That's hotcakes right there.
Yep.
Hotcakes would flip out. The fries and the burger.
That's when Transformers were at their height.
Yeah, the Chicken McNugget box.
With the little alligator inside?
Man, those toys were on point back in the day.
Yeah.
They don't even try anymore.
No. Happy Meals are stupid now.
Yeah, that was the whole reason you went. It wasn't about the food. You wanted that toy. And it was always covered in like the grease and the salt from the fries.
You know what's funny, though, is all the other fast food joints tried to follow suit and failed miserably.
Couldn't do it. McDonald's owned that space.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt.
Yeah. They own that.
Dan, I popped you a link to Macintosh Plus in the chat so you can... That's Vaporwave. It's like...
Don't listen to it
it's like,
now, though,
it's
because
just,
we're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna...
It's just this
I'm not gonna listen.
loop from a song slowed way down. Now, Vaporwave's awesome. It's easily one of my favorite kinds of music.
I've never heard you talk about it till now.
Just hardcore, gross metal, Vaporwave.
Oh,
Those
no.
two things.
That sounds like I don't ever want to hear that. Delete.
There's not much to talk about with Vaporwave. You just turn it on in the background, and it's good to have on.
Get a gun and kill yourself?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's the kind of... Yeah. Suicide music.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. If this is your first time joining us, this is the official Gamestitch Podcast. Each week, this group of best friends gets together, talks about all the video game news and entertainment that you love, and we wrap it up in this dumpster fire that's covered in Mac Tonight.
Yeah, we do talk about some bullshit, too.
He's probably hanging out behind a dumpster now, because his career went to shit after that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's probably drunk. He's got some, like, a 5 o'clock shadow.
You're going to see him on fucking Where Are They Now one day.
Oh, man, Where Are They Now, Mac Tonight? That'd be good.
Can you imagine a Where Are They Now of, like, all your favorite, like,
Cartoon
mascots
characters?
as a kid and stuff like that? Where Are They
Yeah,
Now?
that would be good. Yeah.
I would watch the shit out of that. I would DVR that. I would make copies and force people to watch it. Probably not force people, because that's illegal, but you know what I mean.
Take a turn there at the end, yeah. Sound like something they're going to use in court.
I would gently persuade people to watch it.
This podcast is available to you every Monday, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time on podcast services around the world. If you love what you hear here, you can always support us over at patreon.com/GameStitch. Lots of fun rewards, lots of goals we're trying to hit over there. You funded the live show. That's coming out Thursday of this week.
Yeah, we had to postpone it by a week, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I've been sick.
Matt got the swine flu.
Yeah, who knows?
SARS.
One of those.
I got SARS, I think it was.
Right, and he's just clearing up, so we should be good to go for this week, and we're excited to show you what we're doing. And let me just tell you, if you like the Mac Tonight conversation, I think you're going to be pretty happy.
Get ready for a whole show of that
I think
shit.
it's going to be a real knee slapper, I'll just tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a real knee slapper.
A knee slapper. That could mean any number of things there, people.
It could mean any number of things,
And that's what we do.
I think you know what it means.
We'd like to keep you on your toes, keep you surprised.
Yeah, we're also giving away a video game on the first episode of Gamestitch Live. So if you guys weren't planning on coming, plan to be there now. We're gonna give you something.
That game's a knee slapper too, as well.
Yeah, fantastic.
It's not a two-knee slapper, but like a knee slapper as well.
Yeah,
Knees.
You could slap both knees, but then you couldn't hold the controller.
be fine.
Unless you're... Well, no, I mean, you need the controller to play.
Yeah, but I mean, you can drop it for a second, slap them knees, get back to it.
Pause it.
You shouldn't drop it. You should set it down.
Yeah. Never drop your controller.
Coming from the guy who makes plastic scream.
You just twist it till it can't take it anymore.
Yeah, when it comes to busted controllers, I'm a motherfucking badass. I'll tell you that.
I'll tell you who else is. Our friend Howard.
Oh my god!
Oh,
And
really?
what he does is like to call it the flick, where he takes one hand off and he's just holding it by the one nub, and then he smacks it real hard on something.
Oh,
So you just hear it.
cracks
Holds
that
it by
other
the horn
knob
and hits the horn.
Yeah, and I can't confirm this, but what I think he's doing is punishing himself.
Like hitting it on his knee?
Yeah, like his leg. Like he's giving himself a lash for doing so poorly. Because what you hear is like he'll drop some swear words, and then you'll hear whap, just one solid, and then he gets really quiet.
I just imagine Dan like doing the Indian burn. Like you get it by the horns and then you twist him in opposite directions. Yeah,
he's pulling them in different directions.
That's exactly it.
Like a wishbone until one of them pops.
Right. Like I'm not going to hit my kid, but I swear to God, I'll squeeze and twist.
Yeah, that's what he does. But Howard lets off one clear like, wow,
just like.
And he probably if he gets really quiet, you know why that is? Because he hurt himself. Because he hurt himself, and he's like, "Fuck, that was dumb. I can't tell anybody."
He taught himself a lesson. I think that's what happens. Like I said, I can't confirm it. He could be hitting a chair, or the floor, or even someone else.
Because I have snapped controllers before with the twist, and I have cut the inside.
How upset are you that you just?
I have cut the inside of my hands.
Strength, rip it in half.
But you do not realize the internal release when it finally goes. You're like, oh yeah, I'm all fucking better now.
You're better than I am because all I think is $60.
Right, great. There's $64 I didn't account for this week. God damn it.
Guess lunch isn't happening, right?
Right, should have controlled myself. It was not worth it.
Yeah, that's my thing.
It's just very satisfying.
I miss the days when controllers were like bricks, like the NES days, where you get pissed, you could just throw it. You flick the controller against the wall, like fuck this Tecmo Bowl.
Had the corners on it, would stick in the fucking drywall.
Yeah, and then you get in trouble for that. But goddamn, that controller would never break. The only thing you ever had to worry about was if you chucked it too far because it's tethered to the machine.
Yeah.
So you don't there is a point where it doesn't detach and the machine goes with it.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to give a special shout out to the Nerf controllers for I think they're for PS2, maybe PS3.
They knew they were going to get spiked into the ground.
So when I was, and I think Dan, you might have been there for this. When we were still at GameStop, we got one in that was defective, so it was going in the garbage. And we spiked the shit out of that thing in the back room,
and it never broke.
No, it never broke, and I can't tell you how many dozens of times it was spiked like Gronkowski style into the floor.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Like, we gronked this thing over and over, and it still looked fine.
Oh, my God.
That controller was awesome because only the buttons were, like, plastic. Everything else was wrapped in Nerf.
Yeah. That's a great idea. They should bring that back.
It was so good.
It cost $900 now.
It was probably the late, great Mad Cats that made it.
Probably.
Yeah.
So we'll never get enough. Right.
That's why the buttons quit. That's why the buttons quit working on it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why they went out of business.
Dude, come on. Mad Cats. Let's bring them back. Let's start a GoFundMe. We're going to be the new face of Mad Cats.
I won't.
I will.
I'm going to work for a shit company.
I'll do it.
Bro, if I can quit my day job, do this podcast, and get paid for sponsoring Mad Cats, you better believe I'll quit.
All right, look, you two quit the podcast, start Mad Cats up, and I'll start a Mad Cats hate website and podcast spinoff.
All I want to do is help them get their feet back on the ground, and we'll be the official face of Mad Cats.
Yeah, because and to be fair, you do need to have a off-brand, less expensive option.
Shitty accessories.
Has to be there. It has
shitty accessories since 1992.
And PDP's getting too pricey. Let's be clear.
Power A is out there too.
Power A's coming in like $5 off the mark. Get the fuck out of here with that. It's got to be $10 or less, or $10 cheaper.
A third-party controller doesn't have to suck.
Right. It doesn't, but it has. It still has to be a true third-party controller.
Dan wants his to suck. You can tell he's making. He's like, it should suck a little bit.
It should not be as good as the original.
It shouldn't be as good as the other ones. That's why it's half the price.
But okay, so I'm not interested in that. But if you can make one that's $10 cheaper that is as good,
no,
then I've got their back.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, but you're also willing to spend the $10 more for the actual one. So
you're damn right.
You're
Buy
not
a real controller,
demographic.
folks.
You're not that demographic.
Buy a real controller.
Yeah, so I get a little frustrated with the third-party stuff that costs like double the price, like the PlayStation 4 Pro controller that costs $140 instead of,
and it won't feel as good as the DualShock 4.
Right.
Yeah, it's Xbox layout, so I want it, but the price is too much. It should come in at $49.99 and they'll sell them. That's the thing. Third-party accessories have to be cheaper by enough of an amount that you pick it up and you go, yeah, I can live with that.
It has to be significant. But at the same time, you have to get that value. You can't go spend half the price on a controller and use it for 2 days and it breaks.
Right. Mad Cats just needs a rebranding. They need to come back stronger than ever. And what they don't need to do is look at brands like Afterglow.
Right.
Is that a PDP joint?
I think Afterglow is like third brand. It's like third party PDP. It's like like their in-house third party.
Yeah, I think Afterglow is a PDP joint. I'm almost positive it is.
Yeah, not that PDP is terrible, but
yeah, shit on them. Go ahead.
It's stiff, man. They're so stiff.
Alienate the audience. Tell everybody using one that they're cheap.
If you're not buying it branded by the console maker, you're probably fucking up.
Mm-hmm. I mean, not everybody can afford it. I get it, and there should be an alternative, but it shouldn't suck. See what these people don't realize.
Needs a controller so bad that they can't save up for another week.
I'm not sure that Mad Cat sucked so much as you got what you got for.
I'm comfortable
less money.
In my description of Mad Cats.
What's that?
I'm comfortable in my description of their product.
I know you are. I don't think they sucked. I think that I'm happy that Mad Catz was there. When I was younger, I had to get Mad Catz controllers because, like I said,
here's the thing:
growing up, we were poor, and that's what I had to rely on because I couldn't come up with the extra money.
You're not too poor. You had a console, money bags.
Yeah, I also worked on a farm when I was 11 years old and saved for my own shit.
So you could save for a real controller too.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing: I had third-party controllers, and they all sucked, and I still had plenty of them because we were middle class. And there's something about like the real cheap ones, especially when I worked at GameStop, where I would sell like 5 cheap controllers to the same person because they quit working in a month and a half. Yeah, and I'm like, you could just buy a real one and not have these problems. Like, that's unacceptable. Yeah. If you're going to make a cheap one, it needs to still work well.
Now, one thing I will say. If you are going to buy any of the products, Mad Catz, Afterglow, any of them, buy them new. Do not buy them pre-owned somewhere.
Oh, God, yeah.
I still say you save and buy the real ones until there is a good alternative.
Don't ever buy a pre-owned controller.
Don't ever buy a pre-owned, non-first-party controller. Ever.
Yeah, well, I mean, even a pre-owned first-party, GameStop don't test that shit.
Well,
I've done it. I've had luck.
I've never tested a controller ever, and not one day at GameStop. All I ever did was take a razor blade and clean the finger funk out of the seam on it and put it in a bag.
I've bought secondhand first-party controllers from GameStop. I've never had a bad one either. But I don't buy... Those are for like the systems I would buy that were like, I bought that white PS2.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And I waited for the day that somebody brought in a white PS2 controller so I could have a set. And I did that for a lot of consoles that looked different where I wanted the second controller. That was maybe the biggest perk of being at GameStop was the ability.
Stuff.
Yeah, holding stuff. The ability to buy things before the general public.
Yeah. Nothing pisses me off like walking into a GameStop and going, hey, you got this? And they go, nope. And I'm like, you lying piece of shit.
Right.
I know it's in the back.
Yeah, you do.
I know you got it back there on your little spot on the shelf where people know that you're going to buy it at the end of the shift.
Why does it show pick up in store whenever I search for it online, asshole?
Right.
Inventory's wrong.
Delayed. Yeah. I used to say it to people too, man. I used to say it to people too. I know.
So did I.
That guy
lied to me.
I never did. I was always completely honest with everyone.
What is happening right now, Dan? Being real dishonest with our listeners.
When did I ever do that? Name one time.
Probably thousands of times.
Tell me about it.
I'll tell you one time that you did it.
I did it to you. That's different than customers.
I'll tell you one time that you did it.
I did it to you. That's different than doing it to customers.
Vampire Rain on the PS3. I can think of 2 times in all the time that me and Dan worked together we had legitimate issues. One was Vampire Rain, and the other was Naughty Bear over this fucking stupid bear thing that they sent us. That was the only 2 times I ever remember us having a disagreement at work. Out of all the time that we worked together. And both of them were the really stupidest thing that we could be upset about.
Yeah, I still have Vampire Rain.
I still have that Naughty Bear trophy, too.
Yeah, fuck you.
That Vampire Rain game sucked. But I wanted it so bad because I'd never seen it before.
Right.
The guy on the cover looked just like Snake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked good.
And you were just buying it to be an asshole, too.
I was buying it because I wanted it. That's why I still fucking got it.
Yeah. Such a dick move. Look at this thing I'm buying. Okay. All right.
You weren't there that day. I bought it before you even knew.
Oh, you left it there to show me because I've seen it.
I did leave it there to show you.
I can't wait for this to get real personal.
No, we've sorted out the differences.
Yes,
I'm waiting on you guys to lash out.
We
Dan
also
will be first.
Sit around and play PSP Goes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was the height of the PSP Go revolution.
You guys were the only one to have one.
Yeah, sold 2 of them. 2 units sold.
Man,
Dan,
the PSP Go was fucking good.
Dan spent $6,000 buying stuff for his.
There was a month where me and you got into a dick measuring contest over like collector's edition PSPs and shit like that. We bought those Big Boss editions and like anything that was collectors that was going out of stock that was hard to find. We would call every other store and be like, "Can you go ahead and send that over to Hoptown?"
In fairness, I've been in that dick measuring contest for years.
Yeah.
Of just buying anything I think someone else can't have.
Dude, that was the most fun ever. Was working at GameStop and going, man, there's this thing that I would really love to add to my collection. And you just call up like Beverly Hills, California. Hey, can you ship that out here?
Yeah, but they would do the same thing that you're doing where they're like, no, I don't have it. And you're like, yes, you do.
Yeah. But
yes, you do.
They would, dude, I've got those little Metal Gear Solid 4 Bluetooth headsets. I've got like 2 of those where I just called like San Bernardino and Seattle, Washington. I'm like, you guys are the only 2 left in the country. Can I go ahead and get those over here?
The last project I had like that was the NCAA GameCube game.
Oh, my God.
I called, I think, every GameStop in existence to get one of those.
Yeah.
That was my last major project on the way out. That I had
Rose
to
Red
have that.
PS2 was my last one.
Rose Red.
Yeah, Opry Mills in Nashville at the Opry Mills, like the flagship store for the Nashville district. I was running it, and I don't remember why, but I needed that game. And, dude, I called everywhere. I think I ended up getting it from, like, Macon, Georgia or somewhere like that, but I was calling everywhere.
Man, I will say this about GameStop, about working at GameStop. For me, I'm sure for you guys too, it was so awesome being in a video game environment. Never mind that GameStop really doesn't give a shit about video games. They just want to make money.
Yeah.
Being in that environment all day was just
It's a cool environment.
It's just like,
and you know, the way that I think most of us, maybe Matt, you've lost a little bit, but even I think you still have some, like holding a game a week before it came out.
Yeah, it was
staring at the box.
Opening up that fresh shipment of games that are coming out on the 21st of the month, and
just
you're like,
knowing it's going to be yours.
Crack this fucker
you're like, oh, I have this pre-ordered, and you have it. You have a copy for you, and you're like,
you get to handpick your collector's edition out of the box.
Man,
of collector's
you
edition.
never put a sticker on it, never tainted, never touched outside air.
Just turn it around and look at it.
Yeah,
nothing burned me up like throwing a sticker on something for somebody.
For all of the things we didn't do right, I'll say, to my knowledge, we never broke street date. With anything for us, but I held the things that were mine for hours.
Oh yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just in the back looking at something I'm going to have real hard in 4 days.
Yeah,
and those were great. I remember I would come in, Dan, and be like, the collector's edition came up. Ours is on the top shelf.
Yeah,
he separated the best two.
You take the ones that don't have corner dings, that don't have any blemishes in the packaging. Like you put that stuff, that's for you. That's for the employees. Yeah, dude.
Separate them from the common ones are down at the bottom if you want to hand those out.
I remember working for the Destiny release, and the collector's editions came in, and I ordered one, and one of our awesome customers ordered one, and the outer packaging was ripped. And on one of them and the other one, it was fine. I'm like, fuck, I know which one this guy's getting.
Just tell him it's the only one we got. Sorry.
He got so pissed. He was like, but the packaging's ripped. Can't you get me another? I'm like, that's the only one we got, bro.
Yeah. The other one's in the back seat of my car already.
Right.
Nothing I can do about it.
Right. The only thing I ever quote unquote broke street date on was Batman Arkham Knight. I got mine at 11:30 instead of midnight one time.
I had my Vita before it released, but I was no longer with the company at that point.
Yeah. I was still with the company, but
you do what you want with that.
It was DM approved. I got mine at the approval of Mr. Sparks.
But in fairness, because someone allowed me to have that before it released at midnight, I got it that day at 5 o'clock. I did not power it on until midnight.
Look at you.
Yeah, I did the right thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to be there for midnight, and somebody still wanted me to have it, so some shady stuff may or may not have went down. I was just a customer. But I didn't turn it on until midnight. So, and it wasn't anybody on this podcast.
No.
Any funny ideas, listeners?
I'm pretty sure I know who it might be.
Pretty sure.
You and I may have done a shady transaction or two.
I mean, I wasn't employed.
I'm pretty sure I know who helped you, Ryan.
I'm pretty sure that we've discussed our shady transaction.
The Wii? Have we talked about that before?
The Wii U? Yeah, I think we've discussed it multiple times.
Yeah, to me it's not shady. It was a warranty exchange. It was fine.
Only I didn't buy it there.
That's fine, dude. It was within the company. I know you bought it from GameStop.
But yeah, I did switch out of Wii U. But I'll tell you, just how about don't have your system break after 3 months?
Yeah, dude. I was taking care of the customer. That's customer service.
Yeah, I agree. I kept shopping there that one time.
Yeah.
So I did drive all the way to Nashville just to do that too.
Well, yeah.
That's I care about the company.
Yeah.
Clearly. All right. Let's go to the biggest news of the week. The reason Matt's even on this podcast.
Before we get started, I have a real quick rant.
Damn it.
Fucking.
You couldn't fit in that hour we just did?
God damn, Dan.
Are we going to talk about Ready at Dawn?
Oh, I forgot about them.
And they're shitty they push a game back 5 times, and then when they do release it, the servers still don't fucking work.
You know, there's a thing called build-up, Dan. You just used all of our content.
I sure did.
I'm on the other side of the fence on this argument because I didn't experience
I
it.
haven't had it not work yet, yeah.
Here's what I tweeted them. Actually, I tweeted at Deformers Game on Friday night. I said, seriously? I'm one of like 6 people that actually enjoyed the order, and this is how you treat me?
That is what he said.
That's terrible.
So, he said it from his personal Twitter, at Shirtless Dan. So, Deformers came out. It is a Game Trust. We could have segued into this perfectly.
Yeah.
Because Game Trust is owned and operated by GameStop. So, this game has been in development for a while. It's been pushed back. It is a arena-style brawler multiplayer game. And there's not much to it. It's online only. It's a $29 game. It looks awesome. The characters are squishy balls that are made up of other things like armadillo or grapes.
Or a cat.
Cat or
hamster.
Spaghetti meatballs.
Yeah, spaghetti meatball looks good.
Things that aren't round are my favorite, though. The pancakes does look really good.
Corn looks good. Stack of pancakes. Corn. Anyways, so it's got a great look to it, everything like that. I've been on board for this for a while, and I had a big push at the end to get everybody I know to buy it. Because my fear was I wouldn't have anybody to play this game with. Matt didn't fight me on this one. Jumped on board. Dan tried to act like he wasn't going to get it. When he said maybe and not fuck no, I was like, he's going to get it.
Right.
2.5 hours later.
The 3 of us got it. And the first night, we're so pumped to play it. Me and Dan jump on, and the servers are wrecked.
Apparently, they're not wrecked. Apparently, they're fixing them, and you have an hour you can play before it goes down for 10 minutes. But this
they had to power cycle it.
They had to power cycle it or something, or hard
because
restart.
As it comes back up, it was correcting the issues. And they said some really shady stuff like, in the past, this has fixed it. And it's like, well, this has happened before?
Right.
Because that's unacceptable.
And people were complaining. I went back and looked on Twitter. At the time that we were having the problem, this has been occurring for 23 hours.
Which is weird because the game wasn't out. So obviously it was the PC people that were having problems.
Right.
But yeah, it was screwed up. I actually got to play 2 matches the first night, and that was it. And Dan, you didn't get to play any.
I didn't get to play any.
Yeah, and you were really upset.
I was on for 3 hours, and I finally did get to play yesterday, and I think part of my... I played yesterday, and there's a learning curve to it. It is a lot of fun. There is a learning curve to it that you have to figure out. It's not going to be... It's going to take... The controls are just...
It takes a couple of matches.
Yeah, it takes a few matches to get into things.
I still don't know that I figured it out.
And I was already tired last night, and just... Great. I just felt like, because, I didn't know what I was doing, so I'm like, great.
You're upset.
This is what I waited. The servers were down for fucking 2 days, and this is what I waited for. That was part of it. I know that now. I knew that when I understood that when I woke up this morning. But last night I had worked, and I had done yard work, and I was coming up to play, and it worked, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm just losing, because I have played it one time in one match, and can't figure out what's happening. I'm like, I'm just going to shoot shit in Mass Effect. So
we played the very first match. I'd played with Matt earlier in the day, and I'm not good at this game at all, and I'm still trying to figure it out. But so I jump in with Dan, and we play the first match. And I told him, he said, it's a game you can get better as you play more. I said, yeah, but it takes a while to even figure out how it works. So we jump in, we play the first match, and the very first thing he says after the first round is, well, great, I'm in last place. Like nothing I said before that even mattered. He was just already angry. And I'm like, yeah, it's just going to take a little while to figure it out. But just straight rage.
I mean, I played like 5 or 6 games, and I did get better. But I, like I said, because I was tired and had worked all day, I wasn't as good as I felt I should be after playing it for 4 times.
You didn't even finish last overall. It was just that first round.
Right.
And you're like, great, I'm in last. Camera's stupid.
Yeah. It's a great game. It takes about 2 matches to get into it.
Matt, you think it's great because you're like an autistic savant at it. You're like Rain Man and Deformers.
Yeah, dude.
You are real good at it for no reason.
I found my calling.
The thing is, so I probably played 20 matches or so. I fear that I'm as good as I'll ever be at it. I don't seem to be getting any better. I peaked on like match 3, and I'm just sitting right where I'm at. And I don't understand it. Like, I understand how the game works. I don't understand how to be better at it. Like, I don't see a clear path to get better.
I bet I know. I think I know. I think I can put a finger on exactly what you need to do to get better. Is you need to something I'm not used to. I'm pretty sure you're not used to. Is
that camera?
The camera. You have to constantly There is no auto camera. You have to constantly control the camera.
Yeah, my sticks move. Like, my right stick moves more than anything else when I play.
I've also made the mistake of every time. So when you spawn in this game, it drops you from above. You fall down. I always start moving the camera because I'm like, I can't fucking see. It's just the whole point that you can't see. And by the time I hit the ground, I've got it rotated straight up.
Right.
And have to correct it every time. Now I've been killed.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the camera is certainly an issue. Like a ball cam for the form mode, or just a always facing forward camera. Should be an option.
But I disagree that the camera's an issue. But there should be options for you guys.
Right. I think probably to your point, Matt. The thing is I think the game is, without having to control those separately, the game is way too easy. I think it would be because
it's already chaos.
It's already chaos, but it's supposed to be. And I think if you now have an auto camera, it's going to take that chaos out of it.
This game is fun.
But it is fun.
It's fun.
It controls, like, the camera controls are the way that I wish Rocket League was. Like, I am in control of the camera very precisely in that game.
See, Rocket League would be unplayable with those cameras.
Because it's to me, it's like playing a first-person shooter. Like, the left stick only moves you in the 4 directions. The right stick controls which direction you are actually, like, looking when you move, and that matters when you're shooting or when you're ramming or anything like that. So to me, it's super intuitive. Where I think they did, like, this game to me it's exactly what it should be. It's perfect for the price. It's enjoyable. Like, I don't have any problems with it. However, there should be an option for people who want to play it differently. So if, like, for you, Dan, like, if what you need is a quote unquote ball cam, like an auto cam that for freeform mode that faces the ball all the time, or you need to have your camera tied to which direction you push the left stick, like, there really should be that option, because it's not going to hurt anybody. If it's more enjoyable for you to play, that doesn't take away from my experience of playing it with original controls. Like, if it makes the game more fun, or if you're constantly in last place because the camera's a disadvantage for you, there should be a way to even the playing field. I think the learning curve is there. I think eventually you guys will get that down, but to me, it's
I'm pretty sure I'm as good as I get.
It's a great game,
but it doesn't, like, not being good at it isn't stopping me from having fun.
Right, and it's going to be in order to get good at it, it's going to be a conscious decision to pay attention to what you're doing with the camera, to paying attention, which still means losing a lot because you're concentrating on getting good at the game rather than playing it.
Right.
I don't know that it's a game, because of our styles, that we're going to get good at just by playing it. We have to make a conscious decision to get better at it while we're playing it.
Yeah.
So, like, when I first saw the trailers for this game, I was sure that form ball was going to be the thing that I love the most, because, like, Rocket League, but with these
Rocket League,
rolly balls, it's maybe my least favorite.
Oh yeah.
The thing is, there's such a There's people who are setting, like, you can tell immediately, like, people are separating themselves from the people who suck.
Yeah.
And in those matches, typically, like, 2 people do everything and everybody else stands around like, what the fuck is this game? And that doesn't happen in deathmatch. Even as bad as anyone could be in deathmatch, you get some kills because it's just fucking, some of the boards are tiny, and that's incredible.
Oh, that fucking tiny carousel one with a fucking giant fucking... What is it, a meatball or a blob? Whatever the fuck that thing...
that fucking meatball.
Fireball.
It's great to get into a deathmatch and, like, seek out Ryan. Like, oh, man, you bumped me, I'm fucking coming for you. But there's 8 other people. Like, it really is hard to focus on one person.
It's rare that you see the other person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even playing with you two, it's rare that I ever even see you because it's fucking chaos.
And yet, when you and I were playing, I don't know how many times you told me, fuck you, Dan. Fucking Dan killed me.
Dan didn't kill anybody but me.
That's not true.
I'll see, when we're playing, I'll see Ryan roll across the screen. And, like, that's, I'll go after you and I'll lose you in the crowd.
Yeah, we killed each other a bunch last night.
It was fun.
Because I was seeking you out.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't going to I wasn't going to help. I wasn't going to win. So I figured if I could kill you, that'll at least bring me some personal
I'll just
joy.
kill my friends.
Yeah. If I could talk to them, I would say make the board small. Like, if I could talk to Ready at Dawn, like, the small boards are the most fun. Mm-hmm. That big one with multi-layers is fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's chaotic. But I did find myself able, like, after a couple of times through the board, I did find myself able to play it.
Well, everybody just groups up in this one small little group at the bottom anyways. I mean, small boards are the way to go. I love the customizations that you unlock. Everything about the game is structured right. There's some weirdness with the teams, the orange and the blue team. They went after that Rocket League thing, but it's hard to tell what team you're on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did that. Yeah,
if you're not paying attention, it's hard to tell what team you're on. It works in Rocket League because your car is that color.
Right. The only thing you have on this game is your name on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen is whatever color you are.
Right. It's not super easy to tell. And just some weird things, like if you hit the scoreboard button, it stays up instead of just being up when you hold it. If you hit the touchpad, it changes your controls to inverted or back to default.
Oh, I found that out the fucking hard way, huh?
I did too, man. I spent half a match with mine on normal before I figured it out.
Dan was lucky because you were just raging about your controls, and I was able to tell you how to fix them because Matt had already done the same exact thing earlier.
I was losing my goddamn mind.
Yeah, he was. He was like, "Shit game." I think that's what he said at one point.
I was upset because I thought that it was like a power up that somebody had where everybody's controls got fucked.
What a good power up! Inverted is a great power up.
Then the power up screen goes away. I'm like, my controls are still fucked. What's happening?
See, I was upset because I had changed it in my options.
Yeah, me too.
But then apparently, when you start a game, it defaults to the original.
You just do it on the fly.
You play inverted?
What's that?
You play inverted?
No.
They should have been inverted from the start. I didn't fuck with mine, and mine are on default, which is the non-inverted. Maybe you messed yours up and you've been blaming the game this whole time.
I don't know. I want up to be up and down to be down.
Yeah, that's what it is.
No.
Yeah, that's inverted.
That's inverted.
I mean, that's not what they label as inverted, but that's inverted controls. I've had this discussion a million times on this fucking podcast.
Default is what that is called,
and
that is up, down is down.
Yeah,
that's how I
is labeled.
Yeah.
What is labeled as default is actually inverted controls. What is labeled as inverted is actually regular controls.
Yeah, you're not doing yourself any good here.
But that's how it is in every game since Halo came out. Halo's who fucked it up.
Yeah, well,
Halo's the reason it's wrong.
I play default, and I've actually heard that most devs hate inverted, and they roll their eyes when somebody sits down to play a demo and changes it. So default is going to eventually just become the only option, I think. And it has already in a lot of games.
Yeah, that's stupid because Until Dawn, unplayable for me because I couldn't invert the camera.
Yeah, I think on this you're going to have to adapt because I think the other's going to go away.
No, there's no. I'll stop playing video games the day I can't invert the controls. The day I stop, my brain cannot function for what is called normal controls, where you press up and it goes up, so the camera moves like this. I can't do it.
It's not bad. You stop thinking about it. Just do it.
To me, it's cameras. Watch my microphone.
Yeah, but you're thinking about it.
If I'm controlling her,
Who
I
the
don't have
fuck
to think
thinks about it? You just
I don't
go
think
with
about it. This is the way it naturally works for me. If this is where I'm controlling and this is where I'm looking, if I press down, I look up.
If I press up,
if I press
look up.
I look down.
I'm not trying
right?
to look down. I'm trying to look up. Look up.
Right, but I'm controlling
up.
here and I'm looking here. So I'm looking down.
I don't know what
but
you're trying to
moving
do
up.
right now. I understand how you think it works.
Yeah. Well, that's how
That's
how
not
my
how it
brain
works for me,
calculates
though.
it. If I press up and I look up, my brain stops.
Oh,
I
here's
don't know how to
Here-
control it.
Okay, the only difference is that for Matt, the coordination, the hand-eye coordination works on the hand side. For Ryan and I, it works on the eye side.
Yes, mine works from I am controlling what I'm seeing, and yours is like I am looking.
I am seeing what I'm controlling. That's
Right.
Yeah.
You guys are the black side of this marker. You go up and it goes up. You go down, it goes down. I'm controlling the black side of the marker. I
Right.
go down, it looks up. I go up, it looks down.
That's the only difference. That's the only difference is how
But
our brains
that comes-
perceive hand-eye coordination.
I mean, that comes from like games back in the day. Everything was flight control. Every first person shooter
Right.
up until Halo, the normal like default way to play the game was flight
Yep,
control.
I
Yeah,
remember
but you can
that.
adjust.
Yeah.
Because we
But
all
you could
played,
always change it.
But we all played back then. And
Yeah, you could always change it, and it used to be you guys that had to change it to what was called inverted, and when you look up, and then Halo came along, and Halo changed it. They made default what used to be
What it should
inverted.
be,
and what
right.
Right, which is fine. Like, if the majority of players change it to be that control style,
I
make
would like-
that the default.
I would
but
like
you
to
can't
see.
take it away.
I would like to see a game that gets a huge player base. I'd like to see them put out their numbers for how many people are playing on. just because I'm interested.
I'm sure it's like
Yeah.
80-20 or less. I'm sure it's a very few people. I'm sure that the majority of people playing inverted are people who played PC gaming first, or people who still play PC gaming regularly.
I was watching a Let's Play the other day, and they were playing a game with a developer, and they recorded audio over top of it after they finished, and that's one thing they were saying, that they had to change the controls, and the developer, like all developers, like you can just hear like the room like take a breath because they're so irritated with people changing, and I wonder how much work has to go into. You wouldn't think it would be that big of a deal.
If I sat down to test somebody's game out and I couldn't invert the controls, I would lay the controller down and be like, I'm sorry, I can't play this.
I just wonder
it's
how
like
many
the ball
people.
cam on Deformers, right? You guys need a control option. If you can't control the game to play it because your brain is not wired for that, then put the fucking game down and be like, you guys either fix this or you don't have my money.
Yeah, I can adjust.
Yeah, but not everybody.
Now, games
wants to
that
or
don't
has
let
to.
you, like if I play, I forget what it was not long ago, though, there was something I was playing that was inverted was the only way you could play it, and I fucking struggle really hard
Yeah, you should be able to change it.
because I just don't understand. And I'll tell you, we're playing another game that we can't talk about right now. And,
Oh, yeah.
And that
It's
game
inverted.
has got some fucked up controls, too.
You have to, because it's horizontal is inverted by default.
I know.
And you have to change it to inverted to make it normal.
I know. It's weird.
Yeah.
So you have to have like one inverted and one not inverted to get it normal. And
Yeah,
I
it took
still
me-
like rotate the wrong way. It's goofy.
Yeah, my horizontal controls, I play them normal. Like if I move to the right, I
Right.
expect the camera to roll right.
Right, so you have to have one on each. But yeah, it's weird. Like there's
guess
something
we're
wrong
yeah.
with the camera in that game,
Yeah.
and I just push it, and then whichever way it goes, if that's not the way I go, I just go the opposite because I can't figure out what the fuck's happening.
Actually, and actually in that game, the camera control is right. What they're calling normal is the way it should be. You roll right, and the camera swivels
So
to
I had
the
to
left.
invert both of mine,
Yeah.
where you're just inverting one of yours.
No, I inverted both of mine too.
Oh, really? You're not playing?
For me on that game, I press down and it swivels this way.
See, I go up and up. Also,
Mine are both inverted.
this isn't gonna. We're not playing the kind of game that's gonna be an issue for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So don't panic. It's definitely
And that would be
It's a niche game,
because
yeah.
there's probably not a lot of people that are going to want to play it. Is that what you're saying?
I just think it's definitely for the people who play those kind of games.
It's geared to
Yeah, I
a
feel
very
like-
specific community.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Seaman and
yeah. So games like that where you're a resource manager, a builder, it doesn't matter. Like you don't have to be fast when you're doing something. So the camera, even though it's a little weird, like in games like that, you can just kind of work around it because it doesn't matter. Nothing has to be done instantly.
yeah.
But if I was playing like a kart racer that controlled like that, it'd be fucking impossible.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah. All right, we gotta move on.
Yep.
All right.
I was teasing earlier the biggest news of the week, but it looks like Call of Duty World War II has been confirmed for later this year. And
Finally.
yeah, finally we knew this was coming, and I like the picture that came out with it.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of Call of Duty kind of going back to the roots.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what's a little concerning, though. And this doesn't have anything to do with the game. They announced the game, and they said that they would be doing a live stream with a full reveal on April 26th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. What bothers me, what's concerning, is that as soon as this, they announced this as soon. I think it was a leak that forced them to announce it to start with. But as soon as they do, there's already been leaked images. There's a leaked release date already.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of stuff that's already getting out is because I think this is a game that's going to be built around probably a pretty good story, and it concerns me that this much information is getting out before the game is even shown. That it's not going to leave anything to. I wish people would let themselves be surprised by this.
Yeah.
And remember what Call of Duty is, and don't worry about the bullshit that you've been through for the last 10 years. Like, let yourself be surprised here. And
right. Kind of like Battlefield going to World War I.
Yeah.
We knew it was coming, but what made that game so good is nobody really knew how good it was until you popped it in your system. There wasn't a lot of... There were leaked concept arts and stuff, but there wasn't a lot of leaks on the story. And part of Call of Duty's problem is it's so popular. So many people get it ahead of time. And that fan base, they want that. They want to know what they're buying. So
it looks like the game is going to have co-op. So that'll be a big component of it. The marketing also shows that the game will be released Friday, November 3rd, which the latest entries have moved to a Friday for a worldwide release. So that's not rare. So according to Charlie Intel, this is taken straight off the box as far as the gameplay is concerned. Land in Normandy on D-Day and battle across Europe through iconic locations in history's most monumental war. So
they're taking it back to Call of Duty,
all the way back, right?
Original, yeah.
And the the image they put out is just a soldier wearing a helmet. It looks the way that I think Call of Duty should be as someone that doesn't play Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Like, to me, this is what Call of Duty has missed the mark on. Is they've tried to become a lot of other things. What people really want is Call of Duty.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think this is a good move. I think it's a smart move. It does feel a little reactive after Battlefield does 1.
Well, yeah.
And
but that's okay.
It is.
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of the best things that exist are reactions to something else.
Yeah, that's because Call of Duty did it first better than anybody else,
So I won't play this, but I'm excited, and this makes sense. And I hope that the fans get what they want out of this, and I hope that they keep true to kind of what they are. This one's being developed by Sledgehammer.
Yeah.
So
Which is bad. Sledgehammer, they've come out with some good Call of Duty games.
I want Advanced Warfare was their last one. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody know?
I think
so. That's right.
And it is good. To your point, I think it is good that the game is going back to its roots. I played the Call of Duties when they were the Call of Duties. I don't know that I'll play this one. I am a little concerned. I'm wondering how this is going to go over for some of the children, teens, young adults who only know Call of Duty as Modern Warfare.
Right, the Halo style,
right,
or the Modern Warfare style. I don't think it's bad. I don't
think it's bad either at all. I mean, you all constantly need to change things up. But I hope that doing this doesn't cause them to lose important parts of their fan base because they just don't want to give it a chance.
Battlefield 1 proved that people are done with the Modern Warfare concept. You have to change it up. You can't have 10 years in a row of Modern Warfare and then years in a row of advanced, like futuristic combat. You have to change it every once in a while. People need to go back and see what makes those war games great isn't just the shoot 'em up. It's the story. It's the history, right? That's what made Battlefield 1's story so good, was the history of those conflicts. And even in the multiplayer, they tell you the history of those conflicts and why it was important and what the outcome was and what happened to the world because of that. And that's what Call of Duty 1, 2, and 3 and Medal of Honor, that's what they did so well, is they were conflicts that actually happened, and you were playing a game, but you learned something. I know that's not a selling point of the game, but that's what made them interesting to play beyond just the multiplayer.
Don't tell me I'm going to fucking learn.
Right, and that's why the past couple of Call of Duties with the Advanced Warfare and the Black Ops stuff, like, sure, it's fun, but it's so out there that you're disconnected from it. From more anything other than multiplayer, you're disconnected. And taking it back to World War II, it's real. Like, it happened. That's the story of what happened in these countries and what happened to our country, and the story of our grandfathers and our great grandfathers, and
Right.
how, like, kids who are disconnected from their great grandfathers and who were in World War II, and their grandfathers who were raised by people who survived that war. Like, they kind of, you gotta teach them about that. If they see some of the stuff, quote unquote, firsthand, that those people and their families may or may not have gone through. I think there's a learning experience there. Whether you care about the dates and the history, what makes Battlefield 1 and those old Call of Duty games so cool is like okay, my granddad was in World War II. Like, okay,
right?
Like,
You have an actual physical context to put behind what you're doing.
Right. All I ever knew my granddad was the guy who eats grapefruit on Sunday morning. He wears Dockers and a button-up, right? And I know that, like, when my dad was growing up as his son, like, it wasn't always great. I don't know why, right? But I play a game about World War II, like, I fucking get it. Like, I get why he was a hard ass. I get the other side of my granddad from that. And I think it's important for just as it was important for us to experience that, the kids who are after us now, it's important for them to see the same thing. They're disconnected from it more, but it's still important,
Also leaked is that there will be a private beta that will be available for anyone who pre-orders the game, and that Transformer star and Fergie's wife, Josh Duhamel, is that right?
Josh Duhamel, I think it's Duhamel.
Duhamel will be in the game.
Fergie's going to be in the game?
Better. Fergie's husband.
Oh,
Josh
Fergie's husband. I thought
Duhamel.
I thought you said Fergie and her husband.
No, of Transformers fame and of Fergie's husband fame.
Yeah.
Josh.
The only person I care about from Transformers is Marky Mark.
Duhamel. I wish that Shia LaBeouf was in the new Call of Duty. Because he's fucking nuts, and I think he'd be great.
I want Marky Mark in everything.
Yeah, I don't dislike Mark Wahlberg, I'll tell you that much. And I think we know who I side with on the Wahlberg brothers. We've been through this.
We have been through it. You're on the wrong side, my friend.
I mean, maybe not. Look at the net worth.
It's not. No, that is not.
That's not how it's decided.
We're not doing it again. We're not doing it again. I'm not getting dragged into this.
Stacks.
You're wrong. I'm right.
We got to keep the news rolling on this because the show's running a little long. Team Marky Mark for sure. Free games for Xbox 360 and Xbox One. Games with Gold for May 2017. The Xbox One lineup. You're getting Gianna Sisters Twisted Dreams Director's Cut.
Can't wait.
You're getting that from May 1st to the 31st, so all month long. And then you're getting Lara Croft in the Temple of Osiris, May 16th through June 15th.
That was free about 2 years ago on PlayStation also.
On Xbox
That's
360, game, you're getting a Star Wars Mega Bundle. The Force Unleashed 2, May 1st through May 15th. And Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga, May 16th through May 31st.
Now, here's the thing.
Not bad.
This is great. Microsoft is really missing... If they're going to do the Star Wars bundle, they have to release both the games on May 5th. Or May 4th.
Yeah, May 4th. Yeah. They really should have.
I think they're proving they don't have to. I think they're proving that right now.
In order to do it right, they do.
After being delayed to 2017, the Kickstarter-funded Friday the 13th game finally has a release date. It will release May 26th for PS4, Xbox One, and PC as a digital game priced at $40.
Are you guys getting this? Because I am just... my balls are so hard over this.
It looks fun, so I kind of want to. Now, let me tell you what's misleading. I pulled this from a news site. The way this reads, the game will release May 26th for PS4, Xbox One, and PC as a digital game. You think it's digital across all three of those? Or just PC?
Yeah, I think it's digital only. I think the only way to get the physical copy was the Kickstarter.
Yep.
But they probably only did the PC physical. I bet they didn't even make a console physical then. They're not going to do a limited run of console ones.
All right.
That doesn't seem like it'd be worth it.
Yeah, probably
If
not.
If you're going to press them, then go ahead and press enough for people to buy.
I think $40 is a little bit too much for a Evolve style game. Also,
yeah,
but hard to say.
I am super excited for this, but I'm a little leery to buy it because it's only releasing with that 1v7 multiplayer option.
Right.
That's pretty limited for $40. Once you get a few more options thrown in there and a few more different styles of play, whether it's a deathmatch of some sort or co-op, single player, whatever, I think it'll be a little bit more worth it. It's also kind of scary that it's been pushed back so much and now it's releasing and that's the only mode they have available.
I get it though, right? You're trying to play through an episode of Friday the 13th, basically trying to play through a movie, so it's Jason versus the counselors. I get that, but for $40, like, that's gonna run thin real fast.
Why not?
You know? There's got to be
hold
more.
This game off. Hold this game because they did announce the single players coming later through a free update. Why not hold this game off, get the single player ready, and release in October?
Right.
Yeah, release in time for Halloween.
Or release such on a the strong next month. People have parties.
Next
people
Friday
have
the
people
13th.
over.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Let people play. I just feel like they missed the mark on the time here, but the game looks fun. It looks super gory. I don't know that I would have a good time with it, but I'm sure if the two of you buy it, I'll probably get it just to play.
Yeah, as a game of hide and seek, it looks fun. I'm sure there's a here's how I can always win strategy though, which that'll defeat the game for me, and I won't want to play it.
The Nintendo Switch Super Bomberman R got a huge patch. While the description's kind of fuzzy on what they actually did, they fixed the frame rate on every mode in that game. So the slowdown you would get when a lot was going on in both single-player, multiplayer, and online has gone away. A lot of rumors are that game is now running at 60 frames per second. They also announced DLC in the way of Silent Hill. You can get Pyramid Head as a Bomberman.
That's weird.
That is weird. And you can also
Konami title though.
Yeah, you can also get Simon Belmont from Castlevania.
That's kind of cool.
As a character, and Vic Viper.
Oh, Vic Viper,
from
my
Gradius.
Boy from Zone of the Enders.
Yeah. So those are DLC packs. They did not announce a price or a release date for those. Polygon does have some preliminary sketches that you can check out.
Yeah.
Pyramid Head's actually pretty funny looking on Bomberman's body.
Yeah, because everything's like chibi style, right?
Yeah, it's like Bomberman's body, but it's those little like scrawny, like I skipped leg day legs with that big old pyramid head. So
if that game will come down about $15, I'll buy it.
I mean, it got a patch, so it's ready for you to go ahead and scoop it up.
Right. It's
Really,
kind of like 1-2 Switch. I'm waiting on the right price.
The reason this story's on here is to remind Matt again that he didn't have it.
Right. I'll get it. Don't worry.
That I can't
Mario
play
Kart's coming at the end of this week. So.
Oh man, April 28th. Also, another quick aside: we both had to send our controllers in. We didn't have to, but we both did send our Switch controllers in for repairs. So make sure that your thoughts are with us as we go through this journey. When I went to the UPS store and I handed her the box, first off, I packed this thing. It could fall out of the plane and still be fine.
Yeah,
that's how worried I am about this controller. And then also, when I went to the store, I did that thing that you do in like rom-coms where you hand it to her but you don't let go.
Mm-hmm.
Like I held it and she held it and she kind of had to like pull it away from me a little bit. I think she could see the concern on my eyes. Like if the plane had been behind the store, I would have watched it take off. That's how concerned I was.
Right.
With this package getting there because it was next day air.
Yeah.
But it made it safely. I got the confirmation.
It's very tough to let my baby go.
Now, I feel like you're in a better spot than I am.
I feel like I'm not going to get a controller back by the time Mario Kart gets here.
That could happen, but yours is gray.
Right. I have the original gray, which they've mass-produced. You can go buy them at Target.
Right.
You know, they're finally having those available. My thought has always been as soon as they see that UPS has scanned that package in and it's in an appropriate weight, they're just going to mail me a new left Joy-Con.
Yeah, probably. And I think you're okay. I have a blue, and I expressed concern that I needed to be replaced with a blue, and the lady on the phone was like, oh, well, let me make a bunch of extra notes.
Yeah.
Because if they can't fix it, they just replace it with a gray. So I was like, I don't want that to happen. If you can't fix it, mail the blue one back, and then I'll wait and I'll send it in later.
Yeah.
And she said, so I'll send you the label for the next day air, the 2-day air, whatever it is. Then when we get it, we'll repair it. We'll send it back to you 2-day air.
Yeah.
So you should have it quick. She said usually repair takes about 4 days. I got an email back though, and it's probably just a standard email whenever it arrives, saying that it takes 9 to 13 days to repair.
I think that's probably just a standard so that you don't freak out if it takes 2 weeks.
Yeah. So who knows? But I do have the Pro controller as a backup to still play. Mario Kart on the 28th. I also have Puyo Puyo Tetris, which Amazon has now upgraded to a same-day delivery.
Nice.
On release date. So thanks, Amazon, for making that happen. Nice. Last story. It would appear, based on all the reports that are out there, that a SNES Classic Edition is on its way to replace the Classic NES. I know Dan's got some strong feelings on this. Do you want to just rage out for a minute, or are you good?
No, just Nintendo just putting something else out that I'm not going to be able to get because I want to wait till they're around. Probably pull this early too. A bunch of fuckers.
They'll make 100 of them. They'll be impossible to get.
Only way to get one's on eBay for $9,000. Fuck off, right. Nintendo. Suck dicks.
You good?
I'm better now, yeah.
Okay.
That shit
so everybody,
pisses me off.
People have already split these things open and have noted that the NES Classic was way more powerful than needed to be to run emulation. So everyone would assume that they were able just to dump these SNES ROMs in there and make those work. So Tom will tell if this story is even true, but obviously it would make sense.
It would, because they can make a ton of money and fuck over their consumers all in one fell swoop.
Well, so on this one, though, you understand it'll be limited. If you want one, you pre-order it. You don't have to treat it like the last one when you didn't know. This time, if you don't get one and you want one, it's on you. Last time, on Nintendo. But if they prepare you, you understand it's probably going to be limited. They're probably going to fuck you after it comes out.
What'll be bullshit is if they put it out and there's just a flood of them.
They're everywhere. There's millions of them. Nobody wants them.
That's not going to make me feel any better.
Nintendo like, see, this is why we didn't do it the first time.
Yeah.
Thanks for showing us we were right. SNES Classic. You think it's true?
Yeah. I think they're going to go all the way through the N64 with them.
Yeah.
I think they can emulate through the 64. I don't think they can.
They can.
Oh, they can do GameCube. Yeah.
I don't think they can do GameCube.
Oh, yeah, they can.
Not with what's in there.
Not to make it affordable.
Yeah, I think they can. They're going to be able to take the same boards that they had in the NES Classic and go all the way up to N64 and only have to change the shell. And
that's what I think.
ROMs
yeah, that's what I think too.
So that's the plan.
Now, if they sold a triple pack, for $180 that came with the SNES, the NES, and the 64, I'd probably buy that.
Yeah, I would get that.
You think that's coming? You think once they get to N64, they'll release a box of all?
Not at all. Not at all. I 100% think that Nintendo would think that's the worst idea ever. But I think it's a good idea. Sell it as a separate console. Get that big money you're after, but give me all three then, because then you're talking, if they keep the same model, you're talking 90 games.
Yeah,
90 games, and with the right controller. Yeah, yes sir, all day.
I can't figure out Nintendo.
Nobody can. That's also their.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear your Nintendo praise. Fuck Nintendo.
All I'm going to say is it's their best and worst quality. That you can't predict what they're going to do.
That's fair. Yes,
that's all I was going to say.
That's fair. I thought you were going to be like all on their knob.
No, I'm not going to defend them. I'm just going to say it is their best and worst quality because you don't know what to expect, and that gives you some pleasant surprise and also some rage like Dan has right now. Let's move on. It's now time for our newest brought back canceled segment.
Our newest oldest segment.
Yeah, our newest, like a phoenix, it rose from the ashes after we killed it.
Oh, I like that.
Came back. Much like the title we're about to tell you about. It's Gone But Not Forgotten, where we reach back in our gaming past, we dust off a title for you, and we tell you all about it. Hopefully you can check it out through videos or emulation, or if you even have that copy. This week it's Dan's turn.
There's been a number of iterations of this game, but nothing compares to the original. And that is Backyard Baseball, 1997, developed by Humongous Entertainment.
Humongous Entertainment.
Humongous is a good name.
Big old entertainment. It
was also published by Infograms and Atari.
Yeah.
This game actually originally came out for the PC in General Mills cereal boxes. It was free. It was like the cereal box toy.
Was it inside there, or did you have to collect UPCs and send it to Great America?
It was a disc in the little plastic, and it was in the side. It was always in the side of the box. You didn't have to dig through the cereal for it. No, it was a regular size.
Well, you made like a small disc, like a GameCube style disc. motion. Go ahead, continue. Yeah,
now I'm making a Frisbee size. That doesn't mean that's the size of the disc.
Just wondering because they made them the size that you originally played,
Not then. Only GameCube did. Only fucking Nintendo. Best and worst.
Unpredictable. Our discs are tiny. Go ahead.
It played off the kind of the Sandlot came out about, I think, 5 years before, so it kind of played off that Sandlot.
A gem of a movie.
Oh, yeah. It played off that Sandlot nostalgia, Sandlot baseball nostalgia. And you basically had 30 kids that you could pick from to be your team. They all had different stats. There were power-ups and things like that. But the biggest thing you need to take away from this is that if it doesn't matter who you are, your first pick is always going to be Pablo Sanchez. Pablo Sanchez is the GOAT of backyard baseball in 1997. This kid can hit. This kid can run. This kid can field. He is the everyman. This over the course of the years, backyard baseball kind of went to the pro players as little kids route. It didn't hold the same fun for me. I liked it. It took me back to kickball or dodgeball or I'll take you. Those are some good times, and that's what Sandlot's that's Sandlot. See, that's what backyard baseball was all about. It was a lot of fun. You could play, exhibition game. You could play the league. And you took a very much a manager's role managing this backyard baseball league. So that's 1997's backyard baseball. 1997. Pablo Sanchez should be your first pick always.
Benny Rodriguez.
He is the greatest of all time.
All right.
And that's my gone but not forgotten.
Yeah. In honor of your gone but not forgotten, I'm going to talk about a game that's not good enough to be my gone but not forgotten. But your love of that baseball reminded me of this. My Street for PS2. You remember that game? Nobody does. Except for Metacritic with their 46%. My Street.
My Street.
You picked a kid. This is an online game. You picked a kid, and you ran around town doing things that kids would do. So you could play baseball and volleyball and search for treasure. But everybody was online. It was like an MMO, but you were kids. And I have fond memories of this game. And I don't know if I've ever met another actual human in real life that's played this game.
You're the only person.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, but that game, I haven't thought about that game since it came out until you started talking about baseball and Sandlot, and I started thinking about being a kid and playing wiffle ball, and then I thought about this game.
Right.
It had a water gun thing, it was all just kid stuff.
Well, that's what backyard baseball. That's what that's the feeling. It's like the first one. They've done a number of backyard basketball. They've done a number of different ones over the years. But this is the original, and that's what that brings back, that nostalgia factor of being a kid, playing in the backyard, or riding your bike down to the middle of town, and just a bunch of kids that just happen to be there gathering up and playing baseball or football or whatever it is. And that's the kind of feeling that backyard baseball in 1997 brings back up to the surface.
Check it out. Watch some videos of it. When you finish that, watch some videos from My Street and be like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah.
Also, NBA Playground coming out soon, and it's definitely a throwback to that vibe. It's got big heads and little bodies and kind of silly. The idea of kids playing with pros, though, that's a fun thing as a kid. Like a kid, like a pro being in your backyard cranking out a wiffle ball. I wish those games could come back. I don't know that they can.
I don't think they can. I think they were.
I don't know that anybody will play them, but yeah.
I think they were very much of their time.
There's no reason they can't, though. Kids are still playing. Kids still have idols. There's no reason.
Yeah, but
they can't make it work.
I think it has to do more with the consoles and the mechanics and the mindset. A lot of those games at this point would be too simplistic to try to capture today's audience.
Yeah, could be. Let us know what you think on Twitter at @game_stitch. I am at Podcast Ryan. Dan is at Shirtless Dan, and Matt is at Goddammit Matt. But if you think these childhood games could come back, could rise again,
not to be confused with childish games,
like My Street.
That's a childhood game.
It's a little childish too.
Childish games is what?
It's a little childish.
The kind of thing that like ex-girlfriends and ex-boyfriends tell you they're done with, and that's why they're dumping you.
But they're not done with it.
I'm done with your childish games.
Because they're never really done.
What's up, Bay? Bay is stupid.
Ooh.
I hate Bay.
Bay.
I hate Bay.
That's a millennial term.
It is a millennial term.
They like their bays and their boos. Their boo bays.
The thing is, I understand shortening something, but you don't take one letter out of it and call that a new thing. Abbreviation. That's not how abbreviations work. Bay is just short. Is just you take out one B and now you have Bay rather than Babe.
Could we drop more out and just say buh?
Is that how lazy people are? Is that they have to take one letter is too long, makes a word too long to say?
If it's not necessary, I say drop it.
Right.
And if you don't need it, let's take them all out.
Well, then I don't even need words because I don't even like fucking talking to people.
Just gesture then. You can do that. Yep. That's a gesture for the people getting the audio-only version, which is the only version that we supply. Dan made a gesture. It was rude. I'll let you guys piece together what just happened. Before we close on this episode, I want to give a special Patreon thank you to Garrett Wade for pledging at the shout-out tier over on patreon.com/Gamestitch.
Thanks, Garrett.
This has been episode 223 of the official Gamestitch podcast. Remember, tune in Thursday. Anybody got a date on that?
27th?
Damn, yeah, I think it should be the 27th naturally. Yeah, the 27th day of April.
Yeah, April 27th for our first episode of Gamestitch Live. If you can't be there for it, that's fine. It will be on YouTube after the fact.
Yeah, all subscribers or anybody that subscribes on Patreon is automatically entered to win the game that we're going to give away, whether you're there or not.
Automatically.
But also, if you just come on in to the chat, participate in the chat, that will enter you also for a chance to win. Trying to think of anything else we have planned.
I think that's it. That's all the plans. Dan's still got a Life of Black Tiger stream coming.
Yep. Yeah, I do still have that. I'm working it out, man.
Subscriber newsletter will be out this week, and subscriber trinkets if you're at the $5 and above level. Those will go out next week.
Also, we're going to probably I'm putting a might in front of this. Stream some Deformers.
There's a pretty good chance of that.
Yeah, because I see us playing that game together some more. So.
Also, while we're talking about Patreon stuff and Garrett with his shout out, Garrett got a PS4. I know we talked about this last week, but he also just started playing The Last of Us. So congratulations. Hope you enjoy that.
Did you see his tweet that he sent to Microsoft?
Yeah,
oh
yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I did.
that was.
Yeah, a little anger behind that. I thought Dan sent the info to him to tweet out.
Yeah. Welcome to the greatest game in the world, and we'll see you on PlayStation. Get Deformers. I would love to play Deformers.
I think what he said was, had a PlayStation for 10 hours,
right?
And you're already losing a 10-year fan.
Yeah.
Hashtag exclusives or something like that.
Yeah.
But
paraphrasing.
I want to put a little bit of the fault on Garrett for that. Like, we sing the praises of PlayStation constantly. PlayStation's not a fucking joke. They have the best games. Like, buy a place. It should be the first console you own.
It's the greatest time to play video games because I feel like there are 3 very good consoles out right now.
Right. And that's the thing is in another year the cycle could completely go the other way, and Xbox has the exclusives and PlayStation has
Switch. I think you mean
nothing. I never mean the Switch in that conversation.
I'm telling you, the Switch is special. There's something
it
there.
Is special. Yep. So special, Dan. Get one.
You're both really special.
The Switch has it, man.
There are 3 really good consoles out, and the beauty of getting a different console is exactly what he's experiencing now in the games that you've missed.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to have him on the PlayStation side. Still want to play Sea of Thieves. Still want to play, if he ever gets PlayStation Plus, anything that he gets on PlayStation. So again, big shout out to him for supporting us for so long over on patreon.com/Gamestitch.
Yeah.
Episode 223 done. Finished. Over. We thought it was going to be short. Turns out it's a little long. That's how we do things.
Yeah.
That's right. It's our best and worst quality.
It's never quite as short as we think it is. You know what I'm saying?
We're the Nintendo of podcasts.
We're the Nintendo of podcasts.
Keep you guessing. I bet no one who made it this far thought we were going to spend 40 minutes on Mac tonight. I bet that was true. I'm on here and didn't even know that. So there's no way that you knew that was coming.
Right?
Dan rocking a Fastenal shirt, too.
I saw that.
I appreciate that.
Yeah?
Would you work there for like 20 minutes?
No, you worked
like 4
for a
months,
while.
dude.
Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah, half a year. Give him some credit.
All right. I didn't know. For some reason in my mind it was a shorter time.
Episode.
The only thing I remember about your time with Fastenal was the video you sent me of you and some dude like punting a paper towel roll from one side of the store to the other.
Well, I guess it's a good thing I don't work there anymore. Otherwise,
Yeah,
I wouldn't come Monday morning.
Ryan sends me the security camera video one day of like him
It wasn't security
punting a
cam. We
paper
shot
towel
it
roll.
with a listen. First off, I want to say I was all pro at punting the paper towel roll. It was shot
good
from
at it.
cell phone from above because you want to see the whole field. And I used to kick the shit out of that paper towel roll along with someone else who's not probably wanting to be named on this podcast. So that was a good time. It was the best part of Fastenal.
Yeah.
And I mean
one
the
side of
best
the
part.
store to the other. It was crazy.
Yeah, dude, it was great. We had some really good moments. That's like GameStop used to be.
Yeah.
Like those
Bouncing the
moments.
bouncy balls
those
off the
bouncy
front
balls
glass.
just being stupid.
Wasn't there at Fastenal? Wasn't there some guy who kept trying to sell me muscle supplements?
Yeah. It sure was. It was a
what it
pyramid
was?
scheme. Yeah, it was
Is
a
that
pyramid
what it was?
scheme.
Okay.
It's like
Yeah.
the cleansing stuff and the supplements, all natural. But you don't have to buy it if you just want to sell it. There's legs. Nothing like a pyramid, but there's like legs that come off of each person,
Right.
and then you can sign people up to sell on legs underneath you. If you're interested, I forget what that stuff was like. Omni something.
I can't even remember, but it was
Omnipure or
like every
something,
day.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, not every day because he was a part-timer and went to school too, but
Yeah,
so it was like 3 times a week. He was like,
Yeah.
tell me about it.
yeah. You know what? He did bring me in a bootleg copy of P90X or Insanity.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did Insanity for like
A day.
3 weeks. No, I did it for like 3 weeks. I lost like 12 pounds immediately.
Dang.
And then I was like, I don't want to do this ever again. Because Insanity's got like a whole diet that goes with it, and that's
Right.
the part that I'm like, no, sir.
Right.
No, thanks. If I can't wash this exercise down with a Baconator, I'm not doing it. And it turns out that's not how you lose weight.
Right.
So, episode 2, is it 223? I already forgot.
223.
In the books. Done. Goodbye. We have to stop now.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Good night.
Good day.
Good night.